Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another solo board game playthrough. We're going to be playing a playthrough of Teotihuacan, City of the Gods, with all expansions. So, I could be making a mistake here, but this is probably going to be off the chain. So we're going to do our best to do everything we're supposed to correctly. That's not to say I'm not going to make a mistake here or there, because it's probably going to happen. Because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of things. I've got every module in place. We've got everything here. So I'll do my best to explain things as they happen, because I think that's the best way to go about doing this. But effectively, if you guys don't know, this is a to kind of dice. It's not really worker placement. It's more of this rondel action selection with these dice. We're going to be able to take different actions, and the strength of our die, the values of our die are going to dictate the strength of the action we can take. There's one caveat to what we're going to be doing here, and is that Board and Dice did a Master Deluxe set, and they updated some of the rules. And so one of the things they did was update the way that this orange track functions for the AI. So the original rules have the AI with a variety of I'm going to take these off, with a variety of pre-selected abilities that they'll take effect. And at the end of the game, they immediately score their 15 points. Their person's at the very top. The way it's going to change for this is they're going to treat that track like any other track. So we'll worry about that as time goes on, and I'll get into those. And I have the rules pulled up on my computer right now, because it's something that I'm not familiar with and I haven't even tried yet. I played just now, and he overlapped me. We've got the AI here. We've got their whole setup here. We are using the Priest and Priestesses, so they have a special power. We will too. They're the goddess of the underworld. So it says you may never score victory points from Teobot acquiring a technology which you already have. So technology is over here. Kind of in short, these are special abilities we'll get. Teobot doesn't care about those special abilities, but if Teobot were to take one that you already have, you get 3 points. So in this case, we're not going to receive the 3 points. And then it says, after successfully performing the alchemy action, which is number 5, it's doing a technology. If Teobot has one or more gold remaining, it resolves the action one more time. And then after failing to perform the alchemy action, Teobot gains 5 cacao in addition to resolving the normal condition for failure, which the normal condition for failure should be just boosting up 2 dice, or 1 dice 2 times. So that's what it's going to do. It only cares about cacao for the most part after getting 10 to score 3 points. But we'll worry about all that in a bit. We have our choice between the God of War and the God of Life, Death, Rebirth, / the God of Agriculture and Disease. So the God of War lets us, every time we get a victory point, every time we get 1 or more points, we can get an additional point. So that's our effect. We have a negative effect, which is during each eclipse, the salary for each of your workers, you must pay 1 additional cacao for each worker you have. So it's going to make that more expensive, but I'd get an additional point every time I gain points. That would probably really make me want to go up this track, which we could do. We have the other one, which it says whenever you want to use an action to unlock. So whenever you do not have to pay cacao costs associated with unlocking another player's worker, or when choosing both options on the worship space. So right now on our turns, we can spend a die to do an action out of place, or we can take the die and put it here. It's going to cost us 1 cacao to go up on the track and take the bonus down here. Take the bonus tile. If another player's worker is in that spot, we wouldn't have to pay the cacao to remove them. So that's what that lets us do. We don't have to pay the cacao if we're going to unlock another player's worker, and to take both things. And then it says when paying cacao to unlock your own workers, you must pay 2 cacao per worker, but not more than a total of 5. So normally as an action, we can take our entire action to unlock all our workers, or we can spend 3 cacao, if I remember correctly, to unlock our workers for free. I don't do this that often, so it's hard for me to remember. Collect cacao, worship, perform an action. I'm trying to remember the unlock. So it's going to cost 2 to unlock them. So let me double check. Nope. Hmm. Select a... Maybe that's what it costs, just period. If you're taking the turn as normal, you can select to unlock your workers by advancing... Wait, oh. Oh yeah, you do not move locked workers, but you may pay 3 cacao to the supply at any time during your turn to unlock all of your locked workers. So I could do that as a free action, basically, to unlock everybody. However, this is going to make me pay 2 per worker to unlock. So if I want to unlock 2 workers, it's 4. Unlock 3 workers or more, it's 5. Part of me likes this because I'm not going to really do that a whole lot. So I think I'm going to go for this one, because then that way I'll lock my workers more often. Then I can take my free action to unlock them, or find other instances to unlock them, like taking these actions. And then I'm not having to pay more later. So I think we'll go with that. So we're going to do that. We need to place our priest out. Our priest is another action we can take on our turn. I'll get into that in a bit. But the AI pick theirs there. Theirs is always laid down. Ours is going to be standing straight up. I'm going to be placing my priest here. And then we're going to have these tiles that the AI starts with 2 gold, 2 wood, and 2 stone. We get to pick some stuff here. Ooh, okay. So we can pick 2 of these tiles, and then using the numbers on here, we're going to place our dice out. We're going to place them with 1 values. And again, I'll get into all the specifics of it here in a bit. But yeah, it's going to be a lot. So please bear with me. I'm going to do my best to keep track of everything. And again, if I make any rules mistakes, please let me know. But yeah, anyway. Okay, so orange track could be good. I like this kind of. This gets us a lot of resources to start with. This also gets up on the red track. I think I'm going to start with this. This is what we're going to start with. So we're going to start on the 1 space. There's both 4. So the 4 space and the 7 space. Where's 4? There's 4. Then we're going to gain 5 cacao. So, and I've got upgraded bits for that. So there's my 5 cacao. We're going to get 5 gold and 2 wood. And then we're going to get to go up on the red track and on the orange track. So the red track, we bump up 1. That gets us 1 victory point to start with. And then here we bump up on the orange track. That gets us +1 to one of our dice. I think I want to do this one. Okay, and we're done with setup. And we start the first player with the cacao. So, like I said, this is going to be a kind of rondel deal. We're going to move our dice around the board to take various actions. A lot of them are going to be gaining resources, building technologies, and building the pyramid. And then there's some houses that we build out on this conquer board over here. Oh, let's flip over the first season tile, which means we can... Wait, what does this season tile do? It says advancing. It says you may pay. Okay, after advancing on one of the temple tracks, you may pay 2 cacao to advance on a different track. Okay, well that's cool. I don't think the AI cares about that particular one. Oh, he will take advantage of that. Okay, so he actually will take advantage of it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pick one of our dice that are unlocked. Like I said, this is a locked die in here. We're going to pick one of ours that is unlocked. We're going to move it up to 3 spaces. And whatever space we land on, we're going to take an action there based on the value of that die. And you look, a lot of places on here are looking a little bit like a spreadsheet. Effectively, that's what it's going to do is we're going to look at the lowest value die we have in that on that space. So, for example, if I were to move here, I have a 1, so we're going to look at this column. This is going to tell us how many dice we have of our own in this space. So, if we have 1 die, we take this action. If we have 2 dice, we take this action. If we have 3 dice, we take this action. And then we're going to gain the resource, do whatever it says, and then we're going to bump up our dice. That's one thing we can do. Anytime we do that, the space we go to, for every other color die that is not our own, we have to pay a cacao to the bank. So that's what mostly this is for. The next thing we could do is take one of our dice, and if we go to one of the spots with a temple, we can place our die and lock it there to take the worship action that lets us move up on the track of our choice, or the track that's on that spot. We can also pay a cacao to take the bottom thing here. There's a variety of things, including benefits, masks, which are an additional scoring mechanism, resources, things like that. That die is locked into that spot and can't be removed unless it's unlocked, which we talked about, either by taking an action to unlock all your dice for free as your entire action, or spending cacao to unlock your dice. Other things will let us unlock our dice, as you can see, like here and here. Finally, when we move our dice to an area, we can gain cacao equal to the every color die that's there plus 1. So theoretically, we can get up to 5 cacao from a location. So if I move to this spot, I would get 2 cacao, 1 for one existing here, plus my own. If I manage to make it here, I would get 1 cacao. I'm sorry, 2 cacao, because there's one of my one color and my own. If I went here, that would get me 4 cacao, etc. Then finally, this is one of the expansion pieces. We have the priest. The priest can move counterclockwise. We can move them 1 space counterclockwise to take the action on either one of these spots. One of the actions will let us take the little tile here. We can take one of these tiles and get that benefit or mask, or we can take the thing at the top, which lets us do something else. Most of them let us gain obsidian. Obsidian is a wild resource, which can be in place of anything else. And then wherever we place our priest to take that action, so for example, if I move my priest here, if I placed it there, you can see that this arrow is pointing to the left. I would take one of these two things. So I would either take this mask or spend an obsidian to get a technology for free. Whenever I would go to take an action at this place, my priest counts as an additional worker for the purposes of selecting my action. So if I were to go here, this counts as me taking this action right here. Because the priest will also count as the lowest value you have. So if I had this, I could take this action. If I had this situation, I could take this action because the priest counts as that. And after you take that action, the priest lays down and shows that he can't be done again. So that's how that works. So yeah, we can do that. So those are the actions we can take on our turn. Again, a lot going on here. So we're just going to play the game. The game ends when we go through 3 eclipses. We're on our first eclipse at the end of every round. So at the end of every turn from the AI, we're going to move this down 1. When it gets to end here, we'll take an additional round, and then we'll do it in a scoring phase. We'll do that 3 times as this moves down, and we will end the game. This also goes when we start ascending, which I'll explain that as time goes on, but that should give us the basics to get started. So let's go ahead and get started here. So we've got one of our dice here that I bumped up to 2. We've got here and we got here. So I want to really utilize this as much as possible. So I'm going to start moving up some tracks and try to maybe focus on that quite a bit. So I think the first thing I want to do for sure, and I want to be able to like utilize unlocking something, and I think I can, given that I have a lot of gold that I can build these out for. So we're probably going to take our first turn to go 1 space there. We have a 2 that's going to get us and I have to pay 1 cacao because there's a black die there. And that's going to get us 1 stone. And that's going to end our go. Okay, so the way the AI works, we have this little triangle here that we're going to roll. We're going to roll these 2 dice. And this value here, depending on what we roll, he's going to select the action. So this is 2, 3, this is 4, 5, this is 6, 7, 8, this is 9, 10, this is 11, 12. And then we'll do some additional stuff. So we're going to roll these 2 dice, and it's a 10. So we're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're going to take this action. So this action here says when they go to, if they have a dice on 7, which they don't because this one's locked, they would perform the action there if they had at least 2 gold, which they do. Since they don't have that, they're going to look to see, are they on space, do they have a dice on space 4? They do have a dice on space 4. They have a dice here. They're going to collect 2 gold. However, because we're using obsidian, they're going to collect a gold and an obsidian. Again, that counts as a wild for them. Then they're going to increase the die value of that by 1. We're going to use the arrow points here to move this triangle up here, or this thing up the triangle, and then this one's going to take the spot of the one we did. This puts in the reserve. This goes to the bottom of the list and flips upside down. And then they're going to move a set of spaces equal to what's on here. They'd either move 1, 2, or 3 spaces if what's printed. So if there's nothing printed, they move 1 space. They're going to move 1 space forward. And that's their turn. It's really simple, pretty straightforward right there. It'll get complex in a bit. And I have I had to print this off BGG. So I've got everything here for what they do. So we'll get into it when the time comes. But it's definitely a lot to kind of keep going here. Okay. All right, our turn. Oh, we'll move this down 1. So, our go now. I need more stone, I think, to build out here, especially because I need a bunch more stone for that. So I didn't really plan that well, I guess, going that way. So I can go 1, 2, 3. Doesn't really work well for me. I could get a technology here. I'd pay a cacao. This would be that I could spend minus... Wait, what does it give me? A +1, but I need a 4 or 5 to go there. So that's one that I'm not going to be able to do. This lets us unlock all our dice. Ooh, what does that do? Okay, I'm going to have to get out the appendix, which... It would be nice if I had a large appendix for the whole game, because... At the end of your turn, if you unlocked all your unlocked all your workers, either by paying cacao normally or by unlocking them for free, advance on a temple of your choice. Okay, we're definitely going to utilize that. So we're going to spend our action to move here, spending 1 cacao. Heck yeah, we're just gonna max out these tracks as much as we can. I think that's gonna be our goal, and we're just gonna like play that game. That might be really, really interesting. So we're gonna do that. So we spend the cacao for there will be a person there. Then we have to spend 2 gold. And we'll place one of our discs on that spot. So for the rest of the game, whenever we unlock our dice, either by taking the action to unlock our dice or paying the cacao, we will get to go up on a temple track of our choice. But when we do this at the beginning, we get to go up the track corresponding to that. So we'll go up this track. This lets us take a resource of our choice, whether that be stone, cacao, or gold. We're going to take stone, and that'll be our turn. Okay, nice. AI is going to go. They're going to do 11, so it'll be this. So this action is a mask action. So you have to bear with me here because this will be a little bit complex. So it says if the bot doesn't... so the bot's going to look for a mask in one of 5 places. They're going to look on any of the 4 or the 5 temple areas. So here, 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 here. So there's multiple options. So there is masks there. So it says if the bot does not yet have a mask available from one of the worship actions, and it can pay the cost, it immediately draws that mask. If there are multiple options, it takes the one with the lowest number first. This is number 3. This mask is number 3. Oh, they're the same. Okay. It takes the one with the lowest option. If there are multiple tied for the rarity, it chooses the first one clockwise, starting from the top. So it'll take this mask. It's going to pay its 1 wood for that. Again, those are scoring things. We'll replace that. Ooh, that's another mask I got replaced with. And then this is next. It moves its shaman to the next altar counterclockwise from its current location. So it's going to push. It's going to go here. It's going to take the top one of these away. If there was a mask, it would take the mask, and then it's going to push me over. And I'm going to go here. Yeah, I'll go there. Okay. So that's their action. Then we're going to move in this here. This doesn't actually require a dice from them, so they actually will not move any dice for that action. So that's their turn. They're done. We'll move this over. Okay. So we got this should have boosted up. That was my fault. Okay, we boosted that up. Let me start locking myself into places. Let's go here, and we're going to lock ourselves into here. So with our ability, we can take both of these for free. So we're going to go up on this track. It's going to get us a victory point. We're going to take this without spending the cacao, but this costs us a cacao. Let's go up on one track of our choice. We're going to go up with the green track. It's going to get us a cacao for going up on the green track, but that was something we got for doing that. We'll replace this tile. And then that will be our turn. Yeah, that's our turn. Okay. They're going to go 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're going to move their person. So they're going to go here, go there. They remove this. We'll replace it. And they go up on the orange track. Okay. So when they go up on the orange track, because that's the track they're going up, it says whenever they get onto the 1 or 2 space, they just score 3 victory points. And it says whenever they get on a space with discovery tiles, they increase the die value. And then when they reach a space with a special ability, randomly select a special ability that Teobot doesn't yet have, corresponding level, and place one of its special ability markers on it. So it can take, so we'll do even or odd. Okay. So it's going to place this here, which means that whenever it goes to one of those spaces, it's going to get a, it gains 1 cacao every time it performs an action at 2, 3, or 4. So it's going to get that ability. Okay. And then again, there's no dice movement on this one because it's using its locked die. So this will move up here. This will come down here. This will go into the reserve. And this flips and goes over that way. Okay. All right, we'll move this down. All right, we're making it. Like I said, this is a little crazy. So, okay, we probably want to do some more tracks, I think. But I'd like to get my other worker at some point. So I can go 1, 2, 3. If I go here, I pay a cacao. This will count for 2, and I can put out 2 things. 2 things I don't have the resources to put out 2 things, unfortunately. But I could unlock this guy, so that could be handy. Oh, I could have spent 2 cacao to go up on another track. Should I have done that first? Oh, small mulligan. We're going to do that. We're going to spend a cacao to go up on another track. And we're going to go up this track and get another stone. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. This is going to cost us 1 cacao. And then we have 2 2s there. So we get to take this action, which is a stone and an obsidian. And then we turn this into a 3. And that is our go. 4, they're going to take this. So they're going to look, do they have a thing here? They don't. So they're going to increase their lowest die value by 2 and get 5 cacao based on their special ability. So their lowest die is going to be the one closest to the level 1 area clockwise. So there's multiple level 2 dice. This is the closest one going clockwise as this one. So this one's going to increase to 4. When we talk about their highest die, it's going to be the one farthest from the level 1 area. So if there were if we ignored this and the 2 2s were there, it would pick that one as the highest. And then, again, there's no movement on this particular one either because we didn't end up here. It just increases it, and that's it. I believe that's the case. Let me just double check. I'm almost certain that's right. Yeah, without carrying any action or advancing any workers. Okay, this moves over. Okay, I have the resources and I have the cacao. All right, let's do it. Let's go 1, 2, 3. We'll pay a cacao because there's a person here. We're going to take this action, and we get this one because our priest is pointing in this direction. So it's going to count as a second worker, and it counts as the lowest value we have. So it's 2 3s. This lets me build out 2 places on the pyramid and unlock a worker. So the pyramid cost here are going to be here. If I want to build on level 1, and this lets me build on level 1 or level 2. If I want to build on level 1, it's going to cost me 2 stone. I'll get 1 victory point, and then whichever tile I take, if I can make any matching symbols below where I do it, I get additional points for that. In addition to that, if I match up this symbol here to one spot, I'll get to go up on that track. So I'm definitely going to do this one. The question is if I want to do it on the first level or the second level. If I do it on the first level, it's 1 point. If I do it on the second level, it's going to cost me an additional wood, but it'll be worth 3 points. And maybe we want to do this instead and kind of figure them out. This won't refill until after I'm done with my turn. So if we did... This has got a lot of symbols on it. Does something match a bunch of that stuff? This one doesn't, only has 2 matches. And this one would have 2 matches. But I get nothing from that. If I did this one, 2 matches. And then I could place this out on there, which wouldn't get me very much. So maybe we look to place this one on the bottom. I can get 2 matches from this one as well. Oh, you know what? Actually, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Okay. I could do this. So we're going to spend the 2 stone and the wood to go here. So that's going to get me 3 points plus 1, 2, 3 for matching those. And then I get to go up on the green track. So it's going to be 6 points total. And then I'm going to open the green track for, oh, I got to place these out too. For 1 cacao. Then, whichever one do I want to play? I think we do... Do we do this one? That's 1 symbol. That's 2 symbols. This is tricky. That is... two symbols. I think I'm only going to get 2 symbols out of this. So I might as well just go here. Unless this gets me... Nope. Okay, I think I can only get 2. So we're going to take this one and place this one here for an additional 5 points. 2 for matching the symbols and 3 for the level. So I'm at 13. We'll replenish these. And then I'll get to move up 1 on this track. And again, let me double check. If I spend a cacao, I have to spend 2 cacao for that. That season. Again, 1 giant appendix would be great. After advancing on a tech... Yeah, okay. So I do all that. That increases to 4. He lays down, so this doesn't count for me to do that again. And I think that's my go. I think we're done with our turn there. Oh, and this gets unlocked, because that was this. So that gets unlocked for free. And yeah, I think that tech tile, it said if that's my action for the turn... Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, because it's not unlocking all my workers. It's just unlocking a single worker. At the end of your turn, if you want unlocked all your locked workers, either by paying it or by unlocking them for free, in lieu of taking your turn in advance on your choice of a thing. Okay. So we did that. Let's go with the AI's turn. They're going to move on this one. They're going to move their person again. So this is going to go here. They're going to go up on the green track. Gets them a cacao. This gets removed. We'll replace it. This gets replaced here. Now, there is a thing that when they cross over this area, when Teotihuacan crosses over there, we're going to roll a die to determine which thing is activated. But it's only going to activate one if there's been previously claimed by a person. So it says roll on a roll of 1, it activates the left if it previously claimed by you or the Teobot. So it's not going to really do anything right now. So nothing's been claimed there. Yeah, it's not going to activate any of the royal tiles. So I think we're okay for right now. Okay, we'll move this down. Oh, I have to spend my resources. I didn't spend those. Okay. So I probably need a little bit of cacao. If I go here, that's 4. I've got a little bit of time. But I really need to advance my worker so I can get my other worker. If I go there, I can go up on the blue track to get myself a resource. Could be handy. And take that this, but I can spend the obsidian to take the mask. The blue one will get me a resource of my choice. Yeah, let's just lean into this. Let's go here. We're going to lock our worker. We're going to go up on the blue track to get a wood, and then we're going to spend the wood to get this mask. We'll replace. That's our go. Okay, 6. They're going to look. Do they have a thing on 8? They do. And so they're going to look to see if they have 2 stone. So if the bot has 2 or more stone and at least 1 worker on construction, which is 8, it spends the 2 stone. and places the leftmost pyramid tile rotated randomly. Oops. In the top left-hand corner on the lowest level. It gets victory points based on the level, so it's going to get 1. Plus advances on the pyramid track. It scores 2 additional victory points, which I just gave them, and advances on 1 temple. It's going to advance on the temple where it's the lowest. It's the lowest on these 2 temples, and then it's going to break its tie. It does have a priority. It's going to break its tie from left to right, which gets it a resource. It's going to get a resource which it has the least of. It has the least stones. It's going to take one of those. And then, so it does all that. This increases to 5. It's going to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. This shifts up here. This one shifts here. This replaces it. This comes off. This flips down. And we advance again. All right. Okay. Argo. Whew, this is tough. I did want to go here, and this will be free for me to go to. I've just got to set it up so I can get some cacao at some point, which I've got to figure that out. If we go here, we're going to go here. That's going to let us take this action, so it's going to get us a gold. We can unlock a worker, and then we can. We're going to spend gold to put out one of these tiles. So we spend 3. This lets us put out one of these. We have to place them on any spot that's here on these 4 edges, and we can't place out to the next one above until the one below us has 2 spots and both are completed. So we could only place out on those 4 spots at the moment, here, 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 and here. But after I place here, for instance, the next one can be placed on this one. Just like the pyramid tiles, if we match the symbols, we get victory points, and we'll get to get any of the things that we match up based on that as well. The deal here, and unfortunately, we have to place them so they're pointing inward. And unfortunately, for us, a lot of these are like flipped for the symbology, so we're actually not going to be able to utilize them the way that I was hoping. Because pretty much the only one that's going to get us any benefit is going to be this one. Yeah, the only one that's going to get us a benefit is this one. I can place it here or here. And I think I'm going to place it here. That's going to score us, like I said, 3 points. Plus an additional point for matching up one. And then I get to go up on this track, which gets me 2 points. And then I get to go up on the pyramid track for that. And then this increases to a 5. And I replenish that, and that's our go. Okay. Okay, they're going to do 9, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're going to pick their highest value die. The highest value die is they have 5 over there. They're going to take the action over there, which is the number 6 action. So for the number 6 action, does the Teobot have at least 2 workers or 2 wood? And they do, because they have an obsidian. So they have their 2 things. So they're going to spend those. If so, they're going to place 2 warriors into Teotihuacan, one at a time, resolving all movements as explained in the Empire Reward section. So these are what's going to happen over here. Is that this is like expanding our empire out, and so only one person can be in a section at a time. So they're going to place this out. It's going to force my guy to move out somewhere, and I'm going to move out to this space. Then they're going to place out this person and move out their person. When they do that, we're going to flip this over, and it's going to tell us what direction they're going to move in. So they're going to move up here, and that's going to get this shuffled in. So they do that. Then they're going to build a building. They're going to take one of these buildings and place that building here. That's going to score them 1 victory point for covering that up. Then it says, then they build the building. If they'll attempt to build as far away from Teotihuacan as possible. That's as far as possible as they can build. Then it says if, starting with the topmost region, then it gets the rewards shown. So it gets an obsidian and a cacao. And that should be their turn. So they're going to. This is going to level up to a 6. I'll get into that in a moment. Now, when we take this action, we actually lose our worker. Theirs doesn't go away, so they keep theirs on the board. We would lose ours, but they don't lose theirs. So they do that. they ascend. Oh, let's finish this real quick. No, well, wait, let's then. So they're going to ascend. So what happens with this is when you ascend, you get to take one of these 5 things here. For us, we get to choose one of those 5 for that bot. It's going to just get 5 victory points. Then it will reset to 1. Whoops. It'll reset to 1. And starting from here, it'll go there. Now, for the bot, it's going to move spaces starting from this spot. So it's going to go 1, 2 to do its action. But it's ascended, and since it ascended, this pushes the marker down 1 extra spot. So it's going to accelerate the round for dice that ascend. So this moves up to here. This gets replaced here. This flips down. This goes back into the reserve. All right. Then their turn ends. So we have, at the most, we have the end of this round, the end of the next round, and then when they land on here, we do 1 more round, and then we go into scoring. And that's a third of the game. So they're done with their turn. Argo. Oh, and they move up on this track. Yeah, I think they move up on this track. I think they move up on that track. We would move up on that track. But then I saw some conflicting reporting. I guess let me double check. Then it's okay. It just says if the bot has at least 2 wood, resolve all the movements. Then, if the bot didn't, it might not move up the track. If it might not move up the track. Well, okay, I'm sorry. It does move up the track for ascending. So I'm sorry about that. But I think this would let us move up the track for moving across. Move up the Avenue of the Dead. But I don't think. Maybe it doesn't. Okay, maybe not. I'm tripping. But definitely it moves up the track for... And maybe I'm missing something, but... Oh yeah, so advance your marker one step on the Avenue of the Dead track. It specifically doesn't say that it does that, and it also doesn't remove its workers, so I think, or its warriors from the board, so I think if we were to do that, so if I were to build where my guy was, I'd get that bonus, move up the Avenue of the Dead track, and remove my warrior from the game. I don't think the AI does. I think he doesn't do that. But he ascended, so he does move up the track on this. This will be a multiplier by your spot here times the leftmost value here, or the rightmost value exposed. So when we score at the end of the round, he'll get 10 points. So just keep that in mind there. Okay, we move that. It's our go now. Okay. Okay, what do we want to do here? I'm going to try to get this guy to ascend at some point, but maybe I'll wait to do that. But I need some cacao. I think that's definitely something I want to have. So, well, first off, we're going to do this. I think we're going to go 1, 2, and we're going to lock ourselves here. We could go up on any track we want. We're going to go up on this track. So what we get to do with this, we get to take this tile, and this lets us put one of our deals here. So anytime someone activates one of those, we will get, because this has been claimed, anytime somebody goes there, they can spend a cacao to go up on that track, and then I would get to boost up, because I've claimed that one, I'll get to boost up one of my dice. That's what the AI would do when they cross over it, because they never stop there. So if I were to go to one of those spots, I'd be able to do that. But I do get that, because I'm the first one to reach that, and I can either take this, which lets me move 2 of my dice forward. I think that's what that says. Or I can take the bonus below, which is 1 cacao. When moving your workers, you may move a second worker from the same spot to the same board location. So I can actually take 2 people with me. Ooh, that's interesting. Or do I want the cacao? I think I'm going to take the cacao. So I'm just going to leave this. He's not going to take that tile, so I'm just going to remove it from the game. But I'm going to take the cacao for that. And then I'm going to spend my obsidian to take this. Mask, which replaces this one with this. That ends my turn. We'll go with the bot. They're going to do 4. They're going to do this, which is another mask action. So they're going to look on the board for a mask they don't have. They don't have this one. They spend the wood for it, which they have an obsidian they'll spend. That gets replaced. And then they're going to move their priest, which is going to bump me. They're going to move their priest and take this. Get some another mask. That bumps me over here. And then when it bumps me, I'm standing back up again. So I'm going to go there. And then this moves up to here. This goes here. This flips down. And that didn't have any movement of any sort. Okay. That happens. Let's see. Where do we want to go? I've got 2 cacao. I need to get some more cacao. I guess I spend my turn and I'll just go here and get myself 3 cacao. And that's my go. They're going to do this action here. So they're going to look, do they have anybody in 8? They don't. So do they have anybody in 3? They don't, because that one's locked. So when they don't have that, they just get 5 cacao. They increase their lowest worker, and then they move that worker the number of spaces. So this would be, if neither option, they power up a worker on the relevant action board. Oh wait, then advance the powered up worker. Oh, if the step above fails, they gain 2 stone. If neither, they get 5 cacao, power up the lowest worker, and then advance it. So this gets advanced 1 space. They're going to spend their 10 cacao for 3 victory points. And then this goes here. Let's put this here. Okay, so once we get to this place, we're going to do one more round, and then we're going to Eclipse. So we've done that. So because we're at that place, I'm going to use this worker to do something so that I can advance. Advance it, and not push that any farther. Where do we want to go? I need 2 gold for that, so it's not going to really do me any good if I go here. I could go up there. I'd have to spend 2 cacao, but then I could move my person, and I don't have the wood for that, and then I could go there and take an action. I could lock one of my workers. So if I go to one of these spots, I could lock my worker here and get myself 5 victory, or 5 times 2 victory points, because it'll be the value of the die. That's right. That's the mansion, and it's always a little tricky. So it would be, it would give me 2 victory points per die value of the locked die. But in locking, it's not going to let me ascend, so I don't want to do that. I want to be able to ascend, so I'd have to go either one of those 3 spots. If I go here, I can place this out, which will get me... This is every time I get a mask, I'd get 2 victory points. I think maybe that's what that does. Again, 1 giant appendix would be great. When claiming a mask discovery tile, gain 2 victory points. If you've acquired both this technology and a mask discovery as a benefit from the starting, immediately apply the technology. Okay, so I could go there, go up on the red track, and have that other tech there. I could do that. Because I don't have enough gold for anything else. Because if I go up there, I'd be able to take the top action, but I have no wood to build. I could put a warrior out, I guess, but I don't know that that's something I really want to do. I think we're just going to go here. So we're going to go here. We're going to spend our gold to get this tech here. So every time we get a mask, we're going to gain 2 victory points, and then we're going to go up on the red track, which gets us 2 victory points. And then we're going to ascend. So we ascend, go back to 1 here, And I can choose to get 5 victory points, spend 3 cacao to go up. Oh, and I have to spend a cacao to go to take that action. Spend 3 cacao to go up on 2 tracks. Gain 2 cacao and get my other worker. Gain 5 cacao, go up on 1 track. Oh, I forgot. I can spend my 2 cacao to go up on another track. So I'm going to do that too before I forget. Yeah, we're going to do that. Yes. So we're gonna spend 2 cacao to go up on a track, and we're going to go up this track here. That gets me another one of these. So that's another option. And I can take one of these things here, which I don't want either of these masks, but I'll take this one because I already have those masks. And then I'm going to take my worker and 2 cacao, and I think he starts here. And then I'm going to spend this to go up on the blue track, which sends me up here, which gets me the other one of these. So now I've claimed all 3 of these. So anytime the AI would go past there, I'm going to get the boost to die up, basically. And then of the available ones here, I can take this mask, which I can't afford, or I can take this action, or I can just take a resource of my choice. And I'm going to take a resource of my choice, and I'll take some wood. So that's gone. Again, I'm going to remove these 2 because it really doesn't matter for the AI. They're just going to take whatever's the thing on the bottom. So let's just remove those because I can't take any of that stuff anyway. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's my go. They're going to take this action. So are they on 6? They are on 6. So they have 2 wood. They don't have 2 wood. So they're going to go on 2. Are they on 2? They are on 2. They're going to get a cacao because of their ability over there. They're going to get a wood and a thing here, obsidian, and they're going to increase their highest one, and they're going to move it 3 spaces and go 1, 2, 3. And then that moves up, that moves over, this moves in, this flips down, and we're going to go, now we're going to go into eclipse scoring. So for eclipse scoring, I've got a little bit of that over there. I'm going to have to pay, so first off, we're going to score points equal to the value we were here times the Avenue of the Dead track. Oh, I actually go up on the track because I ascended. Okay, so that happens. So I'm going to score 5 points. They're going to score 10 because they're on level 2 times 5. I'm level 1 times 5. Then we're going to score for our masks. They're going to score 6 points for having 3 masks. I'm going to score 3 points for having 2 masks of different kinds. Pyramid track, we're going to score 4 victory points for the first round times the spot on the pyramid track. So he's going to score 4. I'm going to score 8. So 1 here. And then this resets. Then because I was in the lead on the pyramid track, I score 4 more points. I don't know. I have 2 of these here. There we go. I don't know where this other one came from. And then I have to pay my people food. So I have 4 people. For every one of my people, that's a value of 1, 2, or 3. I spend 1 cacao. For everybody that's a 4 or 5, I spend 2 cacao. So that's all my cacao's gone. Then they're going to score here for each of our warriors in each of these spaces. So anybody here is 1 point. Anybody here is 2, 3, and 5. So we each get 1. I think that's it. I think we got everything. If I'm not mistaken, I think everything has been taken care of. Yeah, and this gets removed, and we'll do the next one, which will be on Eclipse, 4s count for 1 cacao. So that's really nice for us. Okay, so this resets. This goes to level 9. This goes to 9 now, so it's going to be 1 less turn, essentially, for this round. Okay. All right, so our go now. I've got 1 wood, and I've got nothing else going for me. And there's no masks out and about, which is unfortunate. So we may have to... We could move our priest here and take this mask. That would be good. So let's do that. We're going to move 1 space and take this action to take that mask. That's going to be our go. Take the AI's turn. They're going to do 8. So they're going to look, are they on 7? They're not on 7, so are they on 4? They're not on 4. So they're not on either space. So they're going to gain 5 cacao. They're going to boost up their lowest die, which is this one, because it's closest clockwise to there. And they're going to move it to 2 spaces. This moves up. This moves up. This moves in place. This resets. This moves forward. Okay. So I need to get myself up these tracks here. Green would be nice. I could bump them. Yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to go here. I'm going to bump him out. So bumping him out would normally cost me the 1 cacao, but I get to avoid that because of this. And then in the multiplayer game, or if he was bumping me out, I would go into the general area, or whoever would go in the general area. But in this case, he just moves to the next one forward. That's free for me to go up the green track. That's 2 cacao. My ability lets me take this, which lets me go up to the blue track, which gets me a resource of my choice, or 2 resources of my choice this time. And I'm going to get 2 stone, I think. Yeah, I'll take the 2 stone. This gets removed. We'll replace it. And then oh, that was the other ability. Okay. And that will be my go. That'll be my go. Okay. 6, they're going to move their locked worker here. Oh, you know what? When they move their lock worker, they move up that space twice. So he should have gone up this one another time, which would have gotten 3 points. 1, 2, 3. And then he moved the lock worker to that one, which would have moved him up again, which would have gotten him a cacao. Okay. He might have gotten there before. I don't think he got there before me. So if he did, that's my bad. So he's going to go up on this space twice. It's going to score him 3 victory points. He removes this. We refill it. And then this goes up here. This goes up here. This goes down here. Okay. This advances. Okay, I really want this spot to get this here. So we may go 1, 2, 3. We could push him out. See, I think we're going to. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to push him out. That moves him over here, which pushes me out. Then I go up on the red track. 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. I get this by spending a wood. And then place that to go there. Oh, I would have gotten victory points for taking the masks. So that's another 2 victory points for both of those mask situations. That's been 9. Okay, that's my go. They're going to do 9, so it'll be this one, their highest die value. Their highest die value is this one, so they're going to take the 5 action. So that is going to be to do a tech. So if they have 1 or more gold, they'll build a tech. And when they do this, it says they never score victory points after they do it. They'll spend gold to do it again. So they're going to do a tech. They're going to do the lowest one that has no things on it. So it's going to cost them 2. Wait a minute. It spends 2 gold to place the topmost decoration tile. Or not decoration tile, sorry. If it has 1 or more gold and at least 1 worker, it spends 1 gold to gain the lowest number tech. So it's going to take this tech. It's going to go up on this track for 2 points. And then with its ability, it has 1 or more gold. It's going to take the action again. And it's going to take the next lowest numbered one, which is this one. Going up on the green track. Going to get itself 2 cacao. And then it's going to turn its cacao in for points. So that's 5 or 10 cacao for 3 points. And then it increases this to 5 and moves 1 space. And then that moves up. This moves here. This moves over. Okay, and then this advances. 1, 2, 3. Okay, can't do that. I could spend my turn unlocking everybody. Go for a mask. Which I have both of these masks, so I don't even want that stuff. What do we want to do? I mean, I could go here and build. I could build on this bottom level, but I won't get any extra benefits for that, so I don't think I want to do that quite yet. But I'll go ahead on this, which could help, just for points. I need to leave 1 worker unlocked I think, to get the bonus on that. Because as long as they roll a 1, 2, or 3, going past that, I'll get to unlock somebody. I could go here and get 3 obsidian. Take this for 3 obsidian. Just give me the resources. Okay. That's my go. They're going to move. They're going to do 8. Oh, yeah. So they're actually going to take this action again, which they don't have anybody there. So they don't have anybody there. They're going to increase their lowest one by 2 and get 5 cacao. And nobody moves. So 1. There we go. That moves forward. Okay. Do I spend my turn to unlock everybody? If I go here, this counts as this action, which lets me place out 2 things, which would let me unlock someone. So I think we're going to go here. And we're going to take this action. Our priest is pointing inwards. So we get to take this. That's going to let us unlock one of our workers, but we're going to spend our 2 stone. And then for one of the tiles, and the obsidian for the other one. So 2 stone, and it's going to have to be a bottom one. We'll do... this one here, which is going to score us 4 points. 1 for down here and 3 for matching symbols, so 4 points. And then we're going to use our obsidian to... do we want to do... we're going to use all 3 of our obsidian as the 1 stick and the 2 wood. Or the 1 wood and 2 stone to go here, which will get us 6 points for the symbols. 3 for the symbols. And then another 3 for here. We'll go up on that track once. This increases. We get to unlock somebody. We're going to unlock that one. And then this lays down. Okay. 6. They're going to look here. Do they have anybody on 8? They don't. Do they have anybody on 3? They don't. So they're going to gain 5 cacao. Increase their lowest person by 1. And move 3 spaces. 1, 2. They skip over this and go to 3. They're going to turn this in. Oops. They're going to turn this in for 3 victory points. And then they crossed over that. So again, let me reread this here because this is always kind of tricky. Okay, so when Teobot moves a worker over the mansion, which is this area, including a worship action, roll a die. I think I was here. Whoops. And then it says on a 2, the middle one is activated. So when it activates a tile, discard and replace the major tile here. This gets discarded and replaced. If able, he spends 1 cacao to go up on the track associated with the tile. So he goes up on this track and gets 2 cacao. So he spends 1 cacao to get 2. And then the owner of the claim tile receives a free power up. So we're going to get a free power up, which I'll power this one up for free. Okay. This moves up. This moves up. There we go. This moves over. Okay. Where do we want to go? I think we are going to go we're going to go 1, 2, and lock ourselves in here. We're going to go up on the orange track, which gets us one of these 2 bonuses. We're going to take this one, which means that for now on, we go to a 2, 3, or 4, we'll get a cacao. We're also going to get this by spending a cacao because we get the other one for free. We're going to spend the cacao to take this. It gets us 3 resources of our choice. We're going to get gold, and wood. We'll replace this with this. And that's going to be our go. Okay, 4. They're going to take their highest value die. Their highest one is going to be that 5. They're going to activate that, which is a 6 action. So they have 2 wood. They do because they have the obsidian. So it spends the 2 to do their warriors one at a time. So the first warrior comes in. They flip this over to move up here, which moves this one over. Then the second warrior comes in. Whoops. Which moves them down to this spot. Then they spend their resources, which I think I just spent for them, to put this out here. It's going to score them 2 victory points, and they're going to get this mask. And then this is going to advance to 6, which gets them 5 victory points. This moves forward, and then they're going to move this 2 spaces. 1, 2. And then this one goes here. This one goes here. And then this moves forward. Okay. Okay, oh, and then go up on this track. All right. Probably need to do a little bit more. Spread myself maybe too thin over here. I got to get up those tracks. I was going to go here, unlock somebody. Oh, I got to replace these. Fortunately, those are still not very great for me. So maybe we wait a little bit on those. I could go here, lock myself, and then I think I can pay. This lets me go up on the track, I believe. On the Avenue of the Dead. Advance once on the Avenue of the Dead track. I could take that to go up on that track, go up on another track here. But that would require... Oh, I would use this one, I think, to do it. Yeah, we're going to go 1, 2. We're going to push him out. Going to push me out here. Then I get to do it for free because of my ability. I'm going to move up on a track. The track I'm going to choose is this one, which is going to give me 2 cacao. I'm going to spend a cacao to take this, which lets me go up on this track once. That gets removed. We'll replace it. I think that's my go. They're going to take this action. So are they on 7? They are not on 7, so they're on 4. They're on 4, so they're going to gain a gold and a obsidian. They're going to gain a gold obsidian. They're going to turn this into a 2, and they're going to move 1 space forward. This goes up here. This goes up here. This comes down here. Advance. Flip that down. There we go. Okay. I have 2 locked workers. I could get 2 cacao going there by locking myself into that spot and then spending a cacao to move up on the red track. I could go 1, 2, 3 and lock myself here and spend a cacao for that, and then I can spend another, then spending my last turn of the round to unlock. I think I need to get cacao. I think ultimately that's what I need to do. So I'm going to go 1, 2. Sorry about that. 3. I'm going to get 4 cacao because there are 3 colors there plus 1. So I'm going to get 4 cacao for that. That's going to be my go. They're going to do 11, which is moving their locked worker. So this goes here, pushes me out, kick this out, go up on the green track twice, which gets them 5 cacao. Because they don't care about what's there, even if it's a mask. And I think that's their go. Okay, we have one more round, and then we'll go on to the scoring, the next scoring phase. Oh, we have to roll that. Let me roll for that. So they're going to roll a 2. So they're going to roll a 2. They activate that middle tile. I'll get a free bump. So I'll increase that one up for free. And then... yeah, I'll increase that for free. And then I will... is that what I want to do? No, I don't want to increase this one yet. I want to increase this one. And then, because I'm bumping that guy out, I'm going to increase that one, and then I'm going to, he's going to spend a cacao to go up on the red track, which gets him 2 victory points. Because he rolled the 2, yep. And I get the free bump. Oh, and this gets removed. Okay. So, final turn of the round. Then we'll go into another eclipse phase. I think if I go there with my 2, I bump him out. I can go up the green track and then take... I can get some cacao and then take that mask. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go here, bump him out to here. Again, I do that for free. And then I spend the 1 to take this. And I go up on the green track. I'm going to go up on this track to get 2 cacao. Because I'm not going to take the masks because I already have the masks. I have both those masks. Yeah. So I do that to get the cacao. This refreshes to this. And then I think that's my go. Okay. Full 5, they're going to look, are they on 5? They're not. So they're going to get 5 cacao, which they're going to convert into 3 points. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I get 2 points for the mask, by the way. And then they're going to increase their lowest one by 2. Let's be this one. And then this moves here. This replaces. This goes here. Okay, so we're going to go into Eclipse scoring now. So for Eclipse scoring, we're going to look, and the Avenue of the Dead, it's going to be 3 times 4 for them, so they get 12. For me, it's going to be 2 times 4, which I get 8. Next, we're going to do our mask scoring. So I have 5 masks. So that's 1, 3. Is that 15 points? 1, 3, 6, 10, 15. I get 15 points for my masks. He gets 10 points for his masks. And then for the pyramid track, he gets 0. I get 1 times 3. So 1, 2, 3. Plus I'm farthest ahead, so I get 4 more points. And we reset that. Here, I get 1 point. He gets 1, 2, 3, 4 points for being out here. And then I have to pay my workers. So I have to pay up to 4. My 4s cost only 1 this round, so I only have to spend 4. That gets removed. And then I think that's it. So this goes here. This goes here. Now we have 1 less. And I think that's it. I think we're good. Okay. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. I think we got it. All right, the last round. Oh, it's nothing. Nothing happens. It's blank. Okay, well, it is what it is there. All right, So I need to really try to make more off of this, but I need to get up these tracks. That's my big goal right now, is to get up these tracks as best as I can. I've got 3 workers that I need that are like locked right now. I could go here, lock that person. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to go here. We're going to lock ourselves. We're going to go up on that track for 3 victory points. 1, 2, 3. We're going to spend a cacao for this to go up on this track. We'll replace it. And then I get to take one of these tiles. I can either take... I can spend a cacao for 2... Yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend a cacao for 2 bumps. We're going to bump this person up to 6, which is going to let me advance on this and go up on this. And I'm taking this right now, so there's my cacao I spent for that. And then I get to take my bonus of going up a track. And we're going to go up on that... No, wrong track. We're going to go up on this track, get 3 cacao. And then that person goes there. Okay. All right. They do this action, which is taking a mask. They're going to look for a mask to take. They're going to take this one. And then they're going to move their priest counterclockwise, which moves this one. Oh, it'd be going here. And they're going to take one of these away. And then this moves up. This moves up. This goes down. This flips. This goes here. This advances. All right, we don't have a whole lot of turns left. Do I spend a turn to unlock everybody and I can go up on another track? I think I do. I think I'm going to spend my turn to unlock everybody. And then I get to use this ability to go up on a track. I'm going to go up on this track for 3 cacao. Okay, their turn. 5 will be this one. Are they on 6? They are, but do they have 2 wood? They don't. So on 2, they are on 2. They get a cacao for being there. Then they get a wood and obsidian. And then they advance this into a 5, and then they move 1 space forward. This moves up. This moves here. This flips over. This advances. All right. Let's see. Where do we want to go? Oh, I had to refill that one up there. Ooh, I don't have the wood for that, though. That's kind of a bummer. How can I play this? We're going to go here, go on that track. We're going to lock ourselves into there. I might as well take this, which lets us move to any location we want. So we can save that for later. We get to go up on a track. We're going to go up on the blue track for 2 resources. I'm going to take 2 wood. And then we'll replenish. That's our go. 8. They're going to take their highest value die, which is this one. They're going to take this action. So can they take that action? They have 2 or more stone, which they have a stone and obsidian. So they're going to spend those 2. They're going to take this and place this here at random. It's going to score them 1 victory point plus 2 more victory points. And they're going to go up on any temple track. They're going to go up to one that are on the lowest, which will be this one, which gets them a resource that they have the least of, which is going to be stone. Then... Or maybe they go up on that. Maybe they're there. Okay. And then this advances. We'll refill this real quick. This advances. They go here. This goes here. Gives them 5 more victory points. And then they move 1 space forward. They go there. Okay. This gets removed. This moves up here. This moves down here. This comes down here. This advances forward. Okay, not a lot of turns left. However, we are going to go here, go up on the green track for 4 cacao. Then we're going to spend a cacao and a wood to take that mask. We get 2 victory points for taking a mask. We'll replenish. That'll be our go. I gotta get up the green track another time somehow. 5. They're gonna look, are they on 5 spot? They're not. So they're gonna boost up their lowest value die by 2. And then they're gonna get 5 cacao. This moves up here. This moves down here. This flips over. And this moves over. Okay. So I need to go up on the green track one more time at the very least. Oh, I think I needed to boost them up for that on there. I do owe them that. I need to go up on the green track one more time at the very least. And I can move to any place. And I can unlock my die on my people. Or I can spend my action to spend 4 to unlock my 2 people. And then because I unlocked, I get to take that at the end of my turn. So we're going to do that. We're going to spend 4 cacao to unlock this one and this one. Then as my action, I've got 2 gold. We're going to go here to go up on this track for 4 points. And then take this, which lets me, I think this lets me not have to pay for one of my workers. Ignore cacao costs for a main action, payment for a salary during eclipse, or unlocking a worker. So this just lets me forego it once. So I'm going to hold on to that, but I do go there. This goes here, another mask, but I have that mask. And then at the end of my turn, because this is at the end of the turn, yeah, at the end of the turn, if you unlocked all your workers either by paying cacao or by unlocking them in lieu of taking normal advance on 1 temple track. We're going to advance on this track, so at the end of the game, we're going to get 3 points for each line, and there we're up on that. So that's really nice, but we managed to make it all the way up there. Okay. They're going to do 6, which is this. Are they on this? They're not. So are they on 3? They are on 3, so they're going to get a stone and an obsidian. They're going to advance their top one and move it 2 spaces. And then this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. That flips over, that comes down. All right. What is it that we can do here? What can we do here? That's the question. 1, 2, 3. Can I get up the red track twice somehow? I think I can. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to lock ourselves into here. That's going to get us 2. It's going to get us the die value here. So we're going to get 1 plus a maximum of 1, or plus 1 to the maximum number. So we get 2 of these. Then this is whenever anybody uses it? Oh, the stinking mansion's tricky. When using the workshop space of a royal tile which has been claimed by any player, before activating it, you may pay 1 cacao to advance on the temple track, which I'm going to. The owner of the claim gets a free power-up. This may trigger ascension. So we're going to spend 1 to go up on this track for 5 points. That puts me at 105. I'm going to put another marker here to just denote that I'm at 100. I get a free power-up, so we're going to power up this person to a 4. Then I'm going to spend 1 to take this tile, which is another cacao to take this. This tile lets me go up on the blue track and then one other track. So I'm going to go up on the blue track for 2 points. And then it lets me go up on another track. That's going to score me points at the end of the game. We'll replace. Or is that in lieu of the action? No, I think that's also in addition to. I believe that is in addition to. me see this real quick. When claiming the tile, okay. Yeah, when doing the workshop action, you have that, and then you can pay 1 cacao to take the major tile, afterwards replacing it. Yep. Okay, so we're good on that. So we've done that. We've managed to make it up 2 tracks, basically to the top. We did that. Okay. I'm trying to think, is there a way I can boost up this die as well some other way? I guess if he crosses over, then I'll be able to boost up this die, and I can boost it up on my last turn. Alright. We'll see what we can do with that. He does 7, so he just moved his locked one. It's going to bump me out. He removes this. He does, from my understanding, he doesn't gain this, even though he could technically. He doesn't gain it from this action. But he does move up this thing twice, which is going to get him 6 points. This moves up here, this moves here, this moves down here. If that was changed in the rules for the master set, I don't know. So if it is, let me know, but I don't think so. Okay, so we're on our last movement now. This is our last turn. This is going to end the round. So I've got one more thing I got to do here. And I think that thing is going to be to probably go here to advance on this track. Can I move up on one of these tracks? I can move and go this, and I'll be... Oh, I don't have enough gold, so I'm not going to be able to do that. I mean, I could get wild here. If I go there with my 4, it's going to cost me... Well, I have the cacao to cover this. So if I go around, I can... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I can forego having to pay with this. I forgot. But basically, I can go around, and then... I would lock my 4 die in. I don't think I have to take that action on the deal, because it's up to that many times. So and I think going to that doesn't require me to activate that, but I can go up on the blue track, pay a cacao to go up on the blue track, pay another cacao to take that tile, and pay a cacao to go up on the blue track again. But it only put me up 2 spots, and I can go up on the green track. So it may be better for me to... What's over here? Another mask? I could maybe go up on that track twice and get that other mask, which will get me a bunch more points. Or I can go up on those 2 tracks here and... Okay, hold on. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go 1, 2, and we're going to lock ourselves in. I'm going to get myself 8 victory points because it's 2 times the pit value, so it's going to be 8. Just put me at 115. I do think that is correct. Is it like a promo one or something? I don't remember. But I do think that's what that is. So I get 8 victory points for that. I get to go up on the green track, which is 5 more victory points. Because, oh, I'm going to spend a cacao for going up on the green track. I get to get increase. And I'm going to spend a cacao, which I can forego with this, to... Oh, wait, is that what I want to do? Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. I should have gone here. Gone up the blue track for resources. spent the cacao, so I wouldn't get the 8 points. Spent the cacao to go up on the blue track, give myself the bump, and then spend the cacao to go up on the green track, which would give me the 5 points, and then going up another track. Yeah, we're gonna spend the cacao, which I dumped that for that. Take this, which I spent a cacao for. I don't know if this is all the correct movement or not. And then go up on that track for the 5, which I did, and then this track for 7. Okay. And I think that's okay. And I spent that. Okay, and then when we go to the thing, if I don't have enough to pay for my 4, what happens? I don't remember what happens, but I don't have enough to pay. I try to feed my people right, you know? On Eclipse, do I lose points? I'm guessing I do. For each cacao a player is unwilling to trade or is unable to, that player must lose 3 victory points. If at any time this reduces the player's... Okay, so we're just going to lose 3 points. That's fine. Okay, we'll take the last turn with the AI. I know this has been a long playthrough. 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are they on 6? They are on 6. Do they have 2 wood? They do have 2 wood. So they're going to place out 2 of their folks. So the first one comes out here. It's going to bump out. Whoops. They're going to place this one here. It's going to move someone to this spot, which moves my person out here. And then they place the next person out. And they move that person to this spot, which moves this person out here. They're going to build the farthest away from Teotihuacan as possible. So they're going to build out here. It's going to score them 2 victory points. So we'll put them there at 101, and they're going to go up on 2 tracks. They're going to go up on the tracks that are the lowest. So they're going to go up on this track, which gets them 1 die bump. They're going to bump up their lowest die value. And they're going to go up on this track, which is going to get them a resource, one they have the least of, which is going to be sticks. And then I think that's it. I think that's their go. And then this increases and moves 1 space. They go over here, so we'll roll 4, so nothing happens. And that's going to be the game. So let's do one more Eclipse phase. So I'll just go ahead and spend my things and lose my 3 victory points. So here we both tied for, so we're both going to get 16 here. Because again, I don't think that they go up on the track because they don't lose their people for doing that. So I don't think they go up on the track for that. So we did 16 there. For masks, they have 5, which puts them at 15 victory points. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which puts me at 21 victory points. And then neither of us went on the pyramid track. And I think for scoring, we're like both ahead. So do we both get this or not? Each player scores points for each step. And then it says the player furthest ahead on the track scores 4 victory points. I mean, it doesn't really matter because they would wash anyway. Here they're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points for that. We're going to get 2 points for that. I think that's it. Am I missing anything else? Okay, and then we're going to score for here. So I'm going to get 3 points for every step on that. So that's going to be 12 points. And then here I'm going to get 4 points for each of my dice under 4 and 9 points for my 4 value dice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's going to be 12 plus another 10 or plus another 9. So 192 is my final score. And then they're going to score victory points for some leftover stuff. So they score 1 point for every resource in cacao. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 1, 2, 3. They're going to score 2 points for each technology tile they have. That puts them up to 161. And then if they made it to the top of any tempo track, they would score 15 points, but they did not. So I think that's the game. I think that's it. Assuming I made no mistakes, which is pretty unlikely. So hopefully you guys were able to bear with me for that long playthrough. I know that there was a lot going on there, and yeah, there's a lot of pieces here. I will say that it's very, very challenging to play the AI with the old rules for the orange tempo track. They get the 15 points automatically, and at the beginning of every round they get a different unlock. So first they get the unlock of their dice will start back at 2 after ascending. Then they get +2 on this track here, and then they get +1 masks. So they would have scored way more points had that been the case, and I probably wouldn't have been able to keep up with them. Like, he overlapped me in the last playthrough, so. But he did way more on here than I did this time. And again, I'm almost certain that he doesn't remove his warriors, and he doesn't go up on this track, because otherwise I think it just doesn't. Other instances talk explicitly about it, so I'm assuming that he doesn't. If I'm wrong on that, he would have gone up on that track significantly more, and the score would have been a lot closer. Because if he had done that, that would have been 5 more times up that track, which would have put him at the top, and then he would have scored like 36 points twice, essentially. 36 minus whatever. He would have gotten 40 more points, I guess, basically. So if he gotten 40 more points, he would have beaten me. So if that is what's supposed to happen, let me know. But I don't think he's supposed to remove his warriors, because the way he puts them out, he puts out 2 at a time, and nothing would be moving if he kept removing them. So I don't think the warriors are removed. But again, let me know if that's wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. So anyway, we did win, thankfully, but I had to go use the new updated rules for that. But the strategy, I think we worked out really well, being able to like really lock our warriors every single time, or lock our workers every single time to go up those tracks and unlock them. And then like it just comboed really well with that. Had I unlocked this one, this would have been even better, because every time I would have gone up on the track, I think I would have, or maybe it's if I placed out a building, I would have gotten to go up on a track. So maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, that's going to be it. Hopefully I didn't make any rules mistakes. And if I did, please point them down below. But that's going to be a playthrough of Teotihuacan, City of the Gods, with all the expansion modules activated. It's a lot. It's a lot. And it takes up a lot of table space. So anyhow, thank you guys so much. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.